with isolation and quarantine going on at the moment, and everyone's more, stuck inside, a lot of people are more bored than they've ever been, pretty much. I thought this would be a great time to do this video, the top 10 WWE pay-per-views to watch when you're in isolation or when you're in quarantine or when you're bored. This is not just a list of the 10 best pay-per-views, because a couple of shows would be on there, but they're not. This is just 10 pay-per-views that, one, if you haven't seen them, go out and watch them now because of this, time period you have available. And if you've seen them, go back and watch them again because they deserve a reviewing. So, without further ado, I'll just get into this list. So, this is in chronological order of when these came through time. So, first off, WrestleMania 3. This one, it's for your more old school, your retro fans. If you haven't watched wrestling from the 80s, go and check this out. Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, the infamous body slam that took place in that match, the giant spectacle that was in front of 93,000 people, the Pontiac Silverdome in Detroit, Michigan. That match especially. Also Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage. That's the other match in the Continental Championship. 5-star classic. Those two guys absolutely stole the show there. So those two things are the main things to look out for at WrestleMania 3. But also, it's just the spectacle of it. 93,000 people. Very fun show to watch. There's some other stuff throughout the show, but it's mainly just Savage, Steamboat, and Hogan vs. Andre. So that's number 1, WrestleMania 3. Number 2, In Your House 16, Canadian Stampede. This one took place in 1997. It was in the middle of the Hart family versus Team USA and Team Canada versus Team USA. This whole war between international countries and whatnot. This, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. This is literally only 2 hours. It was a really kind of short show, but it was 4 matches. All of them are straight to the point. Literally, Triple H versus Mankind opened the show. There was a singles match with Taka Michinoku in there. That was fine. We got Undertaker versus Vader for the WWF Championship. And then we got this incredible 10-man tag match, which blew the roof off the building. That match was just absolutely insane. The Hart Foundation against this team of Austin, Legion of Doom, Ken Shamrock, and Goldust. That was just an incredible match to close a great show. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. That one is the shortest show on this list. So if you only have 2 hours, go and check that one out. From here, number 3, Survivor Series 1998. This one, the Deadly Game Tournament to crown the new WWF champion. This took place in a time period where the World Wrestling Federation was absolutely on fire. For the old school kind of fans, the fans of the Attitude Era, who don't really care for modern day wrestling, go back and watch the 98 Survivor Series again. Just the amount of swerves and action and the amount of great storytelling throughout this show was just near enough unparalleled in pro wrestling history. Just the amount of effort and thought that went into booking this show. I'd be here for literally half an hour trying to go through the intricate details of what happened on this show. The amount of swerves, the amount of times you thought, oh, well, this guy is alongside and aligned with this person. Oh, wait, they turned. No, he turned. No, this guy turned. And then this guy is now here. Too much to think about, but it was an awesome show. In the end with The Rock, turning heel and being crowned the corporate champion. Just an awesome, awesome ending to the show. Just a great show to watch. Survivor Series 1998. That's my third pay-per-view I'd recommend. From here, number 4. I couldn't not include this show. WrestleMania 17. Top to bottom. Just, the best wrestling event ever. So easy to watch. It gave you something of everything. You had the violent, hardcore mess that was TLC 2, which was genuinely a car crash. You had the pinnacle of sports entertainment storytelling with the McMahon family, Vince vs. Shane, with Linda, Trish, Stephanie, WCW's purchase, all that intertwined in the one storyline. You've got the hardcore match, you've got the Legends Battle Royal for some comedy, you've got Undertaker, Triple H, just casually in there, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, and then the main event, The Rock vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF Championship. Just the perfect match to main event, the final show of the Attitude Era. So that show, I'd more than recommend it. WrestleMania 17. If you haven't seen that, or if you haven't seen it recently, go back and watch it. I couldn't recommend it anymore. So number 5. So yeah, WrestleMania 17, number 4. Number 5, this one, or these next 2, are shows which a lot of people wouldn't really think of off the top of their heads. But I really think these shows deserve more kind of recognition. Number 5, I've got Backlash 2004. And you might be thinking, what was that show again? This show was the triple threat match from WrestleMania 20 taking place for a second time. So Chris Benoit defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Another incredible triple threat match. Granted, it wasn't as good as WrestleMania 20, but it was just a damn good match. This match took place, it took place in Canada, this show. It was in Prince Benoit's hometown, so it was an awesome crowd for this show. So yeah, Benoit retaining the World Heavyweight Championship. And then we also had a great match, Randy Orton defending the Intercontinental Championship against Mick Foley, or Cactus Jack, or whichever version. It was just amazing. Literally, it was a hardcore match, just brutal. Randy Orton became a star on this night. It was just an incredible match. And then we had some other stuff on the show, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I think Edge took on Kane from memory, but a bunch of awesome stuff at Backlash 2004. From here, we go to number 6, Vengeance 2005. Now, you might be thinking, which show is this? This show had plenty of good stuff on it. The main things I remember from this show were pretty much Batista versus Triple H inside of Hell in a Cell. That match was just that Batista vs. Triple H program. The 3 pay-per-views they worked, following the 7 to 8 months of long-term storytelling they did, was just amazing. There was blood. It was hardcore for the World Heavyweight Championship. Batista, Triple H, 2 super legit, credible pro wrestlers. I couldn't recommend that match anymore. We also had John Cena versus Chris Jericho versus Christian, the WWE Championship. So that was a pretty fun match there. And there was some other great stuff throughout the show. Also, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, they had their rematch from WrestleMania 21. Just plenty of great stuff in this show. Shelton Benjamin had a nice title match. Just go out and watch Vengeance 2005. That show doesn't get nearly enough credit. From here, number 7. Now, these are more PG era pay-per-views, but all of these are worth watching in my opinion. Number 7, Money in the Bank 2011. This show, CM Punk, his final day on his contract against John Cena, challenging for the WWE Championship, fresh off a pipe bomb. Punk, it was just absolutely on fire at this point, beginning the summer of Punk. Punk versus Cena, 5-star classic. Go out and watch that. What an awesome match. Also on this show, we had the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, where Daniel Bryan just shined. It was just a great match. We had the World Heavyweight Championship match with Randy Orton and Christian. That was great as well. We had the Raw Money in the Bank match, which was decent. Just a great show top to bottom for Money in the Bank 2011. So that's why I have number 7. Number 8, I've got Extreme Rules 2012. This show, it was better than WrestleMania 28. And WrestleMania 28 was a really good show. But Extreme Rules 2012, we had the main event, John Cena in an Extreme Rules match against the returning Brock Lesnar, which they built that up as if it would be like an MMA fight. The way they built that up, it was amazing. Brock Lesnar's big return, Cena, the top guy, just those 2 guys going at it. An awesome match there. We also had CM Punk versus Chris Jericho in a Chicago street fight for the WWE Championship. Settling their really personal feud where Jericho's, shaming Punk for his sister being, addicted to drugs and his dad being an alcoholic. A great program there, blowing off for the Chicago street fight. We also had Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, 2 out of 3 falls for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was a great match. Randy Orton versus Kane, false count anywhere. And also, we had Brodus Clay squashing Dolph Ziggler. So, if you don't like that, I don't know what's wrong with you. Extreme Rules 2012, give that show a watch. Number 9, I've got SummerSlam 2013. This show, literally, CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar, the best versus the beast. That match was amazing. Just another one of these awesome David versus Goliath matches that Brock Lesnar's had over the years. Couldn't recommend that match and this show anymore. We had John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Daniel Bryan. Triple H is a special guest referee. Awesome main event, that match. And the ending to the show, very good for the long-term storytelling of Bryan versus the Authority. So that was great. And additionally, with this show, we had the World Heavyweight Championship match, which, what was that match? I forget exactly what it was. Great work by me there. I think it was that Del Rio versus someone, I don't know, but there was an awesome World Heavyweight Championship match on the show as well. I remember that. And that was SummerSlam 2013. Great show. It's so easy to watch. Very fun show. So that's what I have there. And 10th, the final pay-per-view to watch. If you have self-isolation, you're really bored. The 10th and final pay-per-view, WrestleMania 30. This show, great show, this one, from the main event and everything came along with that. Daniel Bryan having to beat Triple H in the opening match of the show, which was incredible. That match was so good. To the main event where Daniel Bryan took on Randy Orton and Batista with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Just an incredible match there. We had the opening segment, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, awesome. The Shield got a win on this show. We had a Cena vs. Bray Wyatt match that was centered around legacy. We had the streak being broken by Brock Lesnar. that was just an incredible moment. Just so much stuff at this WrestleMania is worth noting. So that's the countdown. The top 10 pay-per-views to watch during isolation. This one, for some honorable mentions, just like random shows. WrestleMania 19, that's a great show to watch. Survivor Series 2001, that's a really good one. WrestleMania 10, I'd recommend that show. WrestleMania 14, I'd recommend WrestleMania 28. WrestleMania 35 maybe. Just a bunch of good shows. Survivor Series 2018, just a bunch of good shows. So that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.